Right, I believe, hello everybody. I think I'll pick up the purple ones first, because that is the spy slash purple and pink sky. Make sure I pick them up. Patrick. Wow, a lot of purple. How are you doing? It's been a hard day. But a busy one. Been a hard day, but busy. Wow, a lot of purple. Yo ho, yo ho, fire's not for me. Drink up, that is your home. I am so looking forward to having the new Pirates of the Caribbean. I love those movies. I only managed to see 1 to 3, and that's it. So I might have a long catch up. I'm sure I've seen the one on Stranger Tides, but I can't remember if I've seen it or not, so I'm gonna watch it anyway. I'll watch a movie later. But out of the 3 of the movies that they done with Keira Knightley in that and Orlando Bloom and whatnot, I really liked At World's End out of all 3 of them. Getting all these purple out the way. Maybe I can find that piece that's missing. Leave your arms. Achy breaky heart. Achy breaky. Just don't think you'll understand. Don't tell my heart. Make achy breaky heart. Just don't wanna take this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. Just don't wanna feel this man. La 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 la. Oh, I can't say what I mean to. Oh, I try to find out. Oh, I might want you, I don't know if I need you, but oh, I try to find out. Superstars and carnivals are running through your head. Television, fruit, cups and roses everywhere. Never special need to find. Never take a break now because I wanna live like animals, careless and free. I think we all want to do that. I'll tell you tonight. It's getting warmer again. It wasn't too bad the weather-wise today, but it has been windy, but it rained overnight. People that you need to go. Cause you want to live like animal, careless and free. Savage Garden. One of my favourite bands. better. I can see this way you feel all the time spent together. Forever, it's better. Sing you let things better. And all the days if you're here, it's better. Different beat. Too much stuff and take it. Just gotta know that you were there when I needed somebody. Oh boy. Yeah, well, it's gonna be around the Friday. It's gonna be around 30C, 31, maybe 35-ish. So I won't be having any hot meals, that's for sure, for the next few days. Oh yeah, I was going through the, because I had the videos, that XSplit usually don't delete, even though I deleted from my channel. I saw the cat doing the photo freaking bomb. So I'm print screen there. There it is, I found it. Hell yeah, there we go. Like. And the frame is complete. I knew it will be there somewhere. But I'm still carrying on getting all the sky out of the way. All the purple. And the pink and the orange. And the whitish colours. So I've got the bottom bit / building. And also I've got the orangey coloured bits. So I'm just kind of organising it a little bit better. No, it's been a funny old day. Yeah. A lot of purple and peach and pink and yellow and orange and you know what I mean, and all sorts of colours under the sun. And what I'm doing is the ones like that with the sky as well. I'm putting them in another pot. So whatever's with the sky, parts like that, I'm putting in another pot, so it's easier for me to start figuring out things. But other than that, yeah, it's very, very colourful. But you gotta guess what it is, though. You gotta guess. Try and guess it. It's definitely a building of some kind. I ain't got a bleeding clue what it is. So that's why I say mystery part 2. It's a mystery. Yeah, so right, sorry, I'm gonna put something on. Where are we? Film rise.
In Philadelphia, a woman's car was found abandoned on the side of a busy highway, still running, but the driver was missing. At the scene, police found several clues. But was there enough forensic evidence to solve the mystery? Route 476 is one of several highways that links Philadelphia to the suburbs. Hundreds of thousands of commuters travel that road every day. On June 20th, 1996, at 2 o'clock in the morning, an off-duty ambulance crew spotted an abandoned car along an exit ramp of 476. The engine was running, the lights were on, the radio was blaring, the driver's door was open, but no one was inside.
There was a tire iron found in front of the car. I found some blood in front of the car. I found a stone with blood on it in front of the car. And on the guardrail, there appeared to be some blood splatter next to the car.
We later had an interpretation done of the blood pattern in front of the car, and we learned that it appeared as though someone had been laying on the ground for a brief time in front of the car.
The crime scene says that this person was violently attacked in a very fast mode, meaning that they were hit very quickly as far as the violence was concerned, and then they were extricated from that site very quickly. This person didn't stay around long.
Next to the car was a tire impression, which was photographed for analysis. A forensic expert then made a cast of the impression, which was sent to the state crime lab. The automobile was registered to Gail Willard, but had been driven that night by her daughter, 22-year-old Amy Willard, a star soccer and lacrosse player at George Mason University in Virginia. Amy was spending the summer at home with her family, who lived just a few miles from where the car was discovered. Amy told her mother she was going to Smokey Joe's bar. And her friend said Amy left the bar alone at 1:30 in the morning.
She had never been to Smokey Joe's before. When she came home, she very rarely went out and met people because of the fact of time constraints on when she was home. When she was home, she kind of stayed around here and we hung out together and things like that.
Damage to the vehicle led police to think that Amy may have been the victim of a carjacking.
There was an abrasion on the back bumper that was not there when Amy drove off in the car. I noticed it because it was my car and I knew everything about my car. And I had pointed it out to the police.
Possibly at that traffic light, right where she's going to turn off the 476 off-ramp onto the Route 1 on-ramp, there's a traffic light right there. I believe that that's where he would have bumped her car. She immediately pulls over onto the ramp, gets out of her car to exchange information.
The next morning, about a half mile from where Amy's car was abandoned, police found a pair of panties and sneakers.
They brought them down for me to identify them. And they definitely were her sneakers and panties. They definitely were.
The panties weren't soiled with dirt. They weren't wet, they were dry, as were the shoes. It appeared to me as though those items had been brought back after the rain, which would have meant that they were brought back after her car was found.
An indication the abductor had returned to the scene of the crime to dispose of the items. Detectives screened video surveillance tapes from stores and bank ATMs near Smokey Joe's bar, but Amy had not stopped at any of these locations. Then, an unexpected lead fell right into investigators' laps.
Amy Willard's car was found abandoned on a Blue Route off-ramp in Markham Township.
After Amy Willard disappeared, police appealed to the community, asking anyone with information to come forward. One of those who responded was 23-year-old Andrew Kobach, who said he had been driving on Route 476 on the night Amy disappeared and saw something suspicious in the vicinity of Amy's car. Police knew Kobach. Years earlier, he had been accused of impersonating a police officer. Police say Kobach would turn a siren on, instruct the driver to pull over, and then show the driver a badge. A motorist turned him in, but he was never charged. Kobach immediately became a suspect, since investigators now thought he might have done the same thing with Amy Willard.
By virtue of placing himself back at the scene, it was consistent with what is oftentimes a characteristic of people who commit crimes that are being investigated is out of curiosity or some other kind of motivation. They return to the vicinity of the crime, in essence, to get a feel for what's going on.
Less than 24 hours after Amy Willard disappeared, children playing in a deserted lot in North Philadelphia discovered the nude body of a woman.
I sniffed and I smelled something, and then I saw it and I ran.
There was a Nike logo tattooed on her ankle, which Amy's parents identified.
That was the hardest day of the whole thing, not knowing where she was. There was more of a relief when they found her body in Philadelphia, that I had her back, that we could help to find out what happened to her. No one could bring her back to life, but at least I had her.
An autopsy revealed that the 5'2", 120-pound woman died from multiple blunt force injuries to her head and face. The medical examiner estimated she died at 7 o'clock in the morning, about 5 hours after she was abducted.
Is this a crime of momentary passion, or a crime between two people that know each other, but somebody that actually hunted down, stalked somebody, committed the murder, the crime, and then went to another location to try to deposit the evidence and throw the authorities off the trail?
The examiner determined that Amy had been sexually assaulted. DNA evidence from the rape test kit was sent to the forensics lab for testing.
We had essentially the genetic fingerprint of our murderer, and we just needed to identify that person.
The coroner also described an unusual pattern on Amy's upper body, but police weren't sure what caused the mark. Meanwhile, forensic experts completed their analysis of the tire impressions found at the crime scene. They were from a Firestone 440 13-inch tire, often found on small compact cars. Andrew Kobach's automobile did not have those tires, and a search of his home turned up nothing. Kobach was officially eliminated as a suspect when his DNA profile did not match the semen from the rape test kit. With no other leads, the killer's trail turned cold. Then, 1 year after Amy Willard's death, 19-year-old Patty Jordan reported an attempted carjacking to police. She said it was a man who had followed her after she left a local nightclub.
And at the next light, that car must have made the light, and I didn't, and that's where he hit my car. I just went and motioned for me to pull over, and I was like, "You hit my car," and he was just like, pull over, and it turned green, and I just kept on going, and my headlights shone on his license plate, and that's how I got his license plate.
Fortunately, Patty had memorized the license plate number. The vehicle was registered with 38-year-old Arthur Bomar. 20 years earlier, in 1978, Bomar had been convicted of second-degree murder in Nevada and was sentenced to life in prison. Unbelievably, he was released on parole after serving only 11 years.
Where the mentality was and all that by the parole board in the state he came from, I really don't know. Let me tell you something. There are people that cannot be reformed, and no matter what you do, they will not change. And Arthur Bomar is one of those people.
Bomar had a 20-year history of problems with the law, including several assaults on young women.
This is a guy who really hates women and despises them and wants to punish them and wants to feel virile and feels that he deserves this. This is his way of getting back.
Investigators learned that the day Amy Willard disappeared, Philadelphia police pulled Bomar over for questioning on an unrelated matter.
He had been stopped roughly 6 blocks away from the scene where her body was found. So he was someone that we certainly wanted to talk to, and we were attempting to locate.
Police went to interview Bomar about the Amy Willard case, but they couldn't find him. So the search was on. A year after Amy Willard's murder, there had been another attempted carjacking in Philadelphia. Information provided by the victim identified the culprit as an ex-convict, Arthur Bomar, but police couldn't find him. Not long afterwards, another woman called police to report a man trying to break into her third-floor apartment. The man was arrested and identified himself as Peter Thomas Love. In his pocket was a set of car keys to a Honda automobile.
They determined that there was a Honda nearby. They ran that tag, and they learned that that tag belonged to Arthur Bomar, assigned to a 1993 Ford Escort owned by Arthur Bomar.
Police also discovered that Peter Thomas Love was an alias. He was, in fact, Arthur Bomar. But why was Bomar's license plate on a Honda and not on his 1993 Ford Escort? The answer was simple. The car was stolen. It belonged to Maria Cobuenos, a 25-year-old woman who had been missing for 3 months.
Maria Cobuenos was a young woman who lived in the city of Philadelphia who was reported missing by her family. She was supposed to appear at work one morning and failed to appear.
Investigators believe that Cobuenos was abducted while driving on Route 476, the same highway where Amy Willard had been attacked. Dried blood was found in the trunk on Maria's car, which Bomar was driving. Both bumpers were slightly scraped, like Amy Willard's car. Bomar immediately became a suspect in Maria's disappearance. Now more than ever, police believed he might have been involved in Amy Willard's murder.
Come to the prison. I'll tell you all what you want to know, but I don't think it's fair to put me on TV, and I'm not going to charge anything.
His alibi was that he was present at a birthday party and not outside the bar that Amy was that evening. He had been with a family. It was not a family, it was a young woman that he was seeing. This woman had a child.
But Bomar's fiancée contradicted that. She said Bomar was at Smoky Joe's bar on the night Amy Willard disappeared. Police re-examined the evidence, looking for any clues that would tie Bomar to the murder. 1 year after her daughter's death, Gail Willard, who worked as an emergency room nurse, asked to see pictures of Amy's injuries.
I looked at the picture.
Hey, Kitty, you want some treats?
Pattern
Daddy, you'll get
Mike
you
said
some
this is the
treats.
environment she cried. This is a burn.
So
That
we've
was
got to
not a
figure out
burn from a
what for your
flame.
dinner.
It was either a burn
I
that her
know.
body came in
Terrible,
contact
isn't it?
with something that had the ridges on it, but it was a burn imprint and it was
Let's get
uneven.
you some nice treats.
Investigators
Yeah.
immediately searched for Bomar's
Any
Ford
treats?
Escort, the car he was driving at the time Amy disappeared, but they got bad news. The car had
Oh, you tired? Oh, you're tired, cat. I'm fucking shattered. Hello, kitty. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, dear. They're nice. Is it? All gone? Good girl. They're nice. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Hmm.
All gone. Oh.
Look what I found.
What? All right, yeah. Definitely very bright colour. The proposal, yeah.
Yeah, I just got rid of all the blue, purple colours and gone with the dirt. I'll have to show Elaine and that if that's okay. Hello?
What?
I'll have to show Elaine and that if that's okay.
What?
The picture.
Oh, whatever.
Well, it has,
Whatever.
it's got you on it, so...
Whatever, Trevor.
Got you on it, so that's why I asked permission.
Yes. Wow.
It's gonna get hotter in it.
Yeah, but I'm not bothered about the heat. I'm bothered about getting that work done. Got to be finished by Friday.
Before it gets hot.
Done as humanly possible by Friday.
And that's when the heat's coming.
Mm.
Well, the heat wave. Should I say?
Right, I'm going back to dying.
Nice.
I know.
Let's play a game.
That's what I'm
Chill
playing.
out.
That's what I'm doing.
We're both been busy today.
I know. Fucking exhausted. I'm going to go and pick some sand up tomorrow. I don't know how many bags of sand that's going to take, you see. It shouldn't take that much of a mix, eh?
Mm.
You know, to layer that cement in so it gets no weeds.
Mm. Trying to eliminate the weeds.
I just didn't know that with the side of that tool shed that all the cement had fell down the back of it.
No, I didn't.
I know. So but I basically saw it and I thought, fuck it. So I just cemented it all in. Like I said, that can't be swept now for like a week.
Mm.
Because it's got to have time to set because the joints were so deep. What I put in, it won't fucking come out again. Once it's cured properly, just wait for it to cure.
Yeah. So my next garden job is Thursday. So I changed the time around, day around. I mean, just so that's fine.
Whatever, Trevor.
Well, I'm trying to make a combo.
I'm going back to doing whatever I'm doing, taking photographs.
Been involved in an automobile accident a few months after Amy's disappearance.
So they tracked the towing company and asked where that car was towed to. They went to a location, found a car that was the green Ford Escort that had been actually sitting in a field next to this tow truck company for almost a year's time. So it had been, there's a potential piece of great evidence that has not had the chance to be forensically analyzed.
An external examination of the Escort showed slight damage to the front bumper. At least one of the car's tires was a Firestone 440 13-inch tire, the same type of tire which made the impression found at the crime scene.
Our latent print examiner in Harrisburg was able to say that the tire was not only consistent in make, model, size, but also in wear, which is helpful. It's another piece of the puzzle.
Oops.
So the forensics in our case were absolutely critical.
Bomar's car had been exposed to the elements without its roof for almost a year, so it was no surprise that police could find no trace of blood inside the car.
In a previous employment, he had worked in a hospital, in an operating room, where he had learned all of the techniques of cleaning up blood.
Until police took a much closer look.
We literally took the car apart. We removed the seats, we removed the carpeting, we did vacuumings for trace evidence. We literally took the car apart. We took the door panel apart, and behind the door panel we found some blood.
Tests later showed that the blood found on the passenger's door was Amy Willard's. But the most shocking discovery was something police noticed underneath the vehicle as it was being towed.
As the sun was shining down underneath the car, it was illuminating the oil pan. And looking at the oil pan, we were both in agreement right then and there that that was the same mark that was left on Amy Willard's body.
The pattern of X's and O's on the oil pan was eerily similar to the marks on Amy's body. An expert at the Armed Forces Institute of Pathology confirmed that the pattern on the oil pan was consistent with the marks on Amy's body.
All rapists, and to a certain degree serial killers, pick their victims based on a fantasy. They have a fantasy in their head of what they, all violent crime starts with a fantasy.
Prosecutors believe that Amy Willard first caught Arthur Bomar's attention in Smokey Joe's bar. From there, they believe Bomar followed Amy out of the bar and along Route 476 as she drove home. When Amy was about to exit the highway, prosecutors believe Bomar bumped her car, causing her to pull over. The contact left marks on the bumpers of both cars. As she left her vehicle, Bomar struck her with the tire iron, causing the blood spatter on the guardrail. Then dragged her to his car. Where he took Amy from there, no one knows. But the forensic evidence clearly shows that Bomar's Firestone tire left the tire impression at the crime scene. And that Bomar ran over Amy with his vehicle, burning her skin, leaving the imprint of the car's oil pan on her torso. He then left her body in the deserted lot and returned to the scene of the crime to dispose of Amy's clothing. Ironically, Bomar himself provided the most damning piece of evidence. The semen from Amy's rape test kit matched Arthur Bomar's DNA profile. Before Bomar's murder trial, police found the skeletal remains of Maria Cubanos in nearby Bucks County, Pennsylvania. When Bomar was arrested, he was driving Cubanos' automobile. Maria's body was found less than 20 miles from Arthur Bomar's residence and 30 miles from where Amy was abducted. Like Amy, Maria died from head injuries caused by a blunt instrument.
I know that he's still clearly suspected of the disappearance and murder of Maria Cubanos. It's been publicly reported, and authorities look at other things, but I can't, there's no evidence in that.
During the trial, the defense argued that Bomar was neglected as a child and had a low IQ. Bomar had to be restrained several times during the trial because of violent outbursts. Outside the courthouse, Bomar's family took their frustrations out on the media. His stepbrother and his mother lashed out at news crews covering the trial.
Ma'am, don't hit him.
Arthur Bomar was convicted of rape and first-degree murder and was sentenced to death. Bomar's reaction?
When he was convicted and sentenced to death, he turned around and threatened me with both fingers in the air, telling me to in Mrs. Willard, I need treatments.
He was just a stone-cold killer, a real predator. I have, in my career, never really faced anybody that I felt was as dangerous, as remorseless, and as cold as Arthur Bomar.
He doesn't deserve for anyone to ever think about him again. He is just a vile, evil man.
I think in the end, without the DNA, without the tire impression, without the oil can impression, I think we would have been very hard-pressed to have the success that we did.
In 1999, a minister's wife was found dead in an overflowing bathtub in her home in South Dakota. Her cryptic suicide note left questions about her state of mind and her sense of time. Forensic science provided those answers. This peaceful house of God is the United Presbyterian Church. Each Sunday morning it opens its doors to the faithful of Woolsey, South Dakota. The town is no more than a handful of dirt roads just off Highway 14 and several farms out on the blustery prairie. The pastor of this congregation was Reverend Bill Guthrie. He and his wife Sharon lived in the parsonage next door to the church.
He was a very strong minister, probably the most
intelligent man when it came to the Bible. Sharon Guthrie also helped her husband with church duties.
She did children's message. It was before the sermon. Tell him a story and send him with a package of Smarties to go back and sit down. Little candy Smarties.
The Guthries were looking forward to the wedding of their second daughter, Jenna Lou. But Sharon Guthrie would never see that day. Just after dawn, on May 14th, 1999, Reverend Guthrie called an ambulance. He had discovered his wife unconscious in the bathtub. When emergency personnel arrived, they performed CPR and restarted her heart. In the ambulance, she was placed on a respirator, but she never regained consciousness. Despite the best medical care in the area, emergency room doctors could find no signs of brain activity.
We all decided at that point that it just was time to let her go.
The next day, Sharon Guthrie was pronounced dead. When the sheriff asked Reverend Guthrie about the incident, he said his wife was fine when he left home to go to the church to say his daily prayers.
Hey, Nicole, my sister.
Church, his wife was drawing her bathwater and was getting ready to take a bath. He said he went to the church, was there maybe 10 minutes, came back to the house.
Guthrie said he found his wife face down in the overflowing bathtub. Guthrie said he tried to pull her body out of the tub, but was unsuccessful. All he could do was empty the tub and turn her body over before calling the ambulance.
We just figured we were dealing with some sort of an accident, where this lady had had a seizure or heart attack or something while she was taking a bath.
Dr. Brad Randall performed the autopsy and found no signs of trauma or illness. Fortunately, the emergency room personnel had taken blood samples when she was first brought to the hospital, which the pathologist could analyze.
So we had samples from a living individual rather than a dead individual, which toxicology in dead people is a little more difficult than working with an actual living individual. So we were lucky to have those samples to work with.
The samples revealed 3 medications in Sharon's system. 2 were medications she had been prescribed and were in relatively low concentrations. But there was one drug in her system she had not been prescribed.
The most important drug was a drug called temazepam, which is a benzodiazepine that was present in very high concentrations. It is a drug not commonly associated with lethal overdoses.
Temazepam is a sedative. The level in Sharon Guthrie's system would definitely render someone unconscious. Although Randall could not be certain how many capsules were taken.
Probably greater than 5 to 10, somewhere in that category or more.
Dr. Randall listed the cause of death as drowning, with the temazepam overdose a contributing factor. The manner of death was undetermined. Was it suicide? Or could it have been murder? 3 weeks after Sharon Guthrie's death, her daughter Jenna Lou decided to go ahead with her wedding as planned.
I talked to my dad about it. I talked to family about it, asked what they thought we should do, and I talked to my husband about it, and we decided that my mom would have wanted us to do it. My dad actually performed the ceremony.
Meanwhile, Detective Jerry Lindbergh was assigned to investigate Sharon Guthrie's death. Unfortunately, the scene of the drowning had not been preserved for evaluation.
As a result of her being alive and taken to a hospital out of town, the place was left open. A lot of the evidence was destroyed because people came in, the good neighbor thing, cleaned up, brought lunches, and so on.
But investigators discovered the source of the temazepam in Sharon's system. It had been prescribed for her husband, Bill. Bill Guthrie suspected his wife had accidentally ingested the pills while sleepwalking. But none of her three daughters recall Sharon ever sleepwalking, and investigators found something suspicious. A few weeks before Sharon's death, Bill Guthrie filled his original prescription for temazepam at one pharmacy and then went to a second pharmacy, told them he had lost his first prescription and got a second one. Another inconsistency was Bill's clothing on the morning of Sharon's death. Bill told the sheriff he had tried to lift his wife out of the bathtub when he first found her. Yet, witnesses said that his clothing was completely dry when the ambulance crew arrived.
He was dry. If you spend any time at all wrestling around with a wet individual, you're going to get wet.
And investigators learned the pastor had some secrets.
A girlfriend in Nebraska. In fact, Tom gossiped that just before he left the community and came to Woolsey. Probably part of the reason he came up here is because of that.
I knew her from when they were at their previous church. I knew my mom didn't like her, but I never really knew why.
Guthrie's mistress was a leading member of his former church in Nebraska. The affair continued even after Guthrie moved to South Dakota. When Guthrie took the job in Woolsey, he told the church council that he needed to return to Nebraska for medical counseling because he was impotent.
I think on some occasions they even paid his mileage. And he never went to counseling. He was going back to continue this affair.
But eventually, Guthrie's mistress grew dissatisfied with their clandestine affair.
Basically, and these are her words, that all they would do is have sex. And he would stay in the motel room. They couldn't go out to eat, couldn't go to a movie. And she was tired of that. And she wanted something more, so she put some pressure on him, and he never did anything. And then finally in January, she broke up with him.
And there was no evidence that Bill Guthrie was impotent.
Not from what his girlfriend told us. Apparently he was able to perform adequately and did on frequent occasions.
Investigators now considered Bill Guthrie a suspect in his wife's death. But adultery and prescription fraud is one thing, but murder is another. Police enlisted Bill's oldest daughter, Suzanne, to find out if her father played a role in her mother's death. She agreed to confront her father with a hidden microphone.
I thought maybe I could plead as a daughter, for him to just be honest with me.
I need to know some answers.
Okay, ask.
You had an affair.
No. Where did you hear that?
I've heard it from everybody, Dad. They have a lot on you, Dad. And I need to know the truth in all of this. I'm on your side. I don't want to think that you've done the things that you've done.
What do you think that I did?
They think you did, Mom. There's medicine missing.
I don't know anything about the medicine that's missing.
And he still totally denied everything from his affair to getting the medication.
In late July, investigators confiscated the church computer in order to see the email correspondence between the pastor and his lover in Nebraska. The emails revealed nothing. But police wondered if there was information hidden somewhere on the computer's hard drive. To find out, they turned to an expert in the new field of computer forensics. After Sharon Guthrie's suspicious drowning, police confiscated the Guthrie's computer to see if it contained possible evidence. Judd Robbins is an expert in the field of computer forensics. He says that most of us know very little about how computers really work.
The most common misconception is that you can delete data by asking your program or your operating system to delete it, and that it's gone. It isn't.
That's because Hitting the delete key simply marks that material and the memory it uses as available for use in the future.
There is residual traces of their existence in that space. And so the equivalent in the computer system is that there is often a residual indication that you were there that's now traced. Evidentiary value is tremendous if it's found before the space gets re-rented or released, or in the computer, reused by a new file.
The computer information trail may also show when files are created, downloaded, or edited. Robbins used special software to search the memory for anything related to Temazepam. He discovered there had been numerous internet searches about sleeping pills just a month before Sharon died. Someone had also downloaded numerous articles about Temazepam, which had been found in Sharon's system.
Temazepam is the only sleeping pill that comes in the capsule form that you can take apart, and it has powder inside, so it's easy to take apart and put it into something.
And Robbins found other information on the hard drive that he thought might be of value.
I didn't know exactly how it when she died, so I called Mike Moore and asked.
And I said, why? And he goes, well, there seems to be a lot of information in here on bathtub accidents. And I then told him that she drowned in a bathtub.
The searches were done the month before Sharon died, with the last one completed on April 27th.
The searches were done in April and she died in May.
On April 29th, Guthrie asked his doctor for a prescription for Temazepam and filled it at the two different pharmacies. The prescription was filled again on May 12th and 13th. On May 14th, a heavily drugged Sharon Guthrie drowned in her tub. Based on the computer evidence, Bill Guthrie was arrested and charged with murder. The prosecution theorized that Guthrie wanted out of his marriage, but feared a divorce would jeopardize his position as a pastor. So he looked for ways to make her death look like an accident. And the way he may have done it was to lace her favorite drink, chocolate milk, with an overdose of sedatives.
She drank it every day. That was just her thing. She just always drank chocolate milk. She loved chocolate milk.
Prosecutors believe that on the morning of her death, Bill Guthrie put the Temazepam in his wife's chocolate milk, then gave it to her in bed before going to the church. After the drugs went into effect, he placed his wife, now unconscious, into the tub, filled it with water, and let her drown.
I felt we had a pretty good circumstantial case, but all our evidence was circumstantial.
But Jenna Lou Simpson still
How you
wasn't
doing?
convinced that her father was a murderer.
Ooh. This is getting interesting. It's been a hard day, to be honest. The reason for that is one, obviously, my health, pain, blah blah blah, that's the same. Same old, same old. But today marks the 13th year that my mum passed. So, yeah. So today has been a hard day, but I have been busy. I kept busy by doing my garden job, so love you too, Slots Harry. Love you too, Pamela. Say hello to G-Man for me. Nearly forgot his name then. Ooh, this is getting somewhere. Interesting, Mr. Bond. I do believe that this might be on this side of things. Ooh. There we go. Ha!
Hey, kitty. How you doing? That's not Sabby. Have to go to like Vegas. I know Mr. Laber's out working. She was live, I missed it. You're missing everything. You said, I've got to get this done. It's got to be done. Get that done, then I can get on my own shit. Oh, how you diddling anyway? Hi, Scratch Master.
Hello, Scratch Master.
Ooh. Never guess what it is. Here's your ticket.
Yes, you get a ticket if you guess correctly.
Oh, there you go. You trying. It's gonna be hot, innit? Eh? Be okay, I'll put the aircon on for you. Not hot enough yet. Oh, I'm so tired.
Go for a sleep.
I'm just gonna have a sandwich again, I think. What do you want for dinner, Anne?
Not sure.
Hey?
Not sure.
I might do a burger or something.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I might do one of the cheese and onion bake things.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Couple of them each.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they're nice, aren't they?
Mhm.
Use them up. Hi, Nicole. Thought Sammy's gone. Oh, yeah, she's got to go. Yeah, because she was on live for like an hour and 11 minutes. Totally missed it. I was out. Yeah, I was, wasn't I? And you was fast asleep. Well, we was both out. And be butt off. Alright, dinner wrecker.
That's your new nickname, Nicole.
And because Rocket run off last night, is now the first chicken in space.
I like that one.
Yeah. What's it like being the first chicken in space, Rocket?
I like it.
Oh, God, I'm tired. There's so much to do. You okay, kitty? Oh, I'm burnt out. So if I get up, I'll just do a 3-in-1 mix, yeah?
Mm.
And then you're going to have to put the ladder for me while I repair the roof, yeah? And see if that's if I can get it done in the morning. Because I've got to get ready to go there, haven't I?
Mhm.
Got to make sure the phone's charged up and everything. And
Yep.
see what new flowers they've planted. I know I've got hundreds of videos to post, but it's just like I haven't got the time.
I'll show you some.
I've got loads to.
Oh, wrong one. That's
Hey.
my rose.
Oh, that's our rose, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, go on. What the fuck's that? Ladybird again. I've still got that video of them 2 ladybirds shagging.
Right, I didn't know which ones you wanted.
I
So
want the
there's
blue
that.
ones. Yeah, the dark blue ones. Fucking hell, how many do you take? There's one hydrangea and you're taking about 50 different fucking videos.
Yeah, well, some of them are
one.
wrong.
Take one. So I end up with hundreds of videos and they're all the same.
It's because I took it wrong.
What's for dinner, Nicole? Because we haven't decided yet. Oh.
Well, we did decide just then. That's why she was in the bushes, listening what we're having for dinner, so she can wreck it later.
Undecided still. Oh, good.
Okay. So we've got to hump back another 25 kilo bag of sand tomorrow.
Yes.
It'll be easy.
I've got to wait to get the prescription.
Because I've only got enough for one mix, that's it. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. What are you doing? You want to go in there and see what's in there? There you go. Don't want to get in there. Just giant spiders. Leave it alone. Leave them spiders alone. You're a bully. You're not going in there. Undecided. 18 degrees. It's getting hotter. It's going to be scorching at the weekend. That's why I'm in a race. I'm racing to get this done.
That's what you're going to be doing.
Leave them spiders alone.
They
Don't
help.
hurt you.
They help clear away the bleeding flies.
I have to take photographs on that game to earn points, yeah?
Mm.
Because it's like social media score on the game.
Yeah.
I just took this picture in front of this statue and this woman stood there and she called me a pervert and told me go fuck myself. I was just like, what the fuck?
Should play that online, that game. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fucking pervert and come.
Hi Susie J.
Hi Susan.
Another day slogging me fucking guts out.
Is that okay?
What?
What okay?
Yes.
What are you doing? Fucking leave it. There.
It's just trying to get it straight.
It's about as straight as bean. Another guy saying what the fuck, yeah?
Oh, I don't know. Did it in a day though, got the whole bottom patio done. Still 3 more bits to sort out though. I'll get it done.
I'll get him done. Well, that is definitely not. Oh, yeah, it is right. Sorry. Alright. Another day saying what the fuck, yeah. You know.
Okay, Kitty. We've not walked through the valley in the woods for ages. Not done that.
Yeah.
Not been feed the squirrels.
Oh, you know why?
Where?
It is when you haven't got a picture.
Like I said, this is a complete mystery. I don't even know what it is.
The first person to get, oh, you're supposed to have put your guesses in of what it's going to be. If you guess what it is, you get a ticket.
Yep.
You go out and get a £5 ticket for someone. Oh, I've got that to do. That to do. I've got to run and pay all them fucking bills on Friday. Holy shit, man.
You do realise what you're doing, don't you?
What? Talking to myself?
That, and you're overdoing it.
Overdoing what? Toast. I was
No.
good at doing that. Good at overdoing toast.
No.
I'm not overdoing it. I'm trying to get shit done, that's why. I'm shit done out of my way because I've got other stuff to do. Ta-da! Yeah, exactly, cat. Do you want a drink? Yeah? You've already had your meat. I'll get you a fresh drink. Get you a nice fresh drink. Don't fucking start with me, woman.
Oh, a city of...
Here. Come on, cat.
Who knows?
That's it, it's happening. Here. There you go. Come on.
I say city of...
Question mark.
Oh dear. Oh, my legs. Shut up. Oh.
Okay, kitty.
A 1,000. 1,000 pieces. This is, by the looks of it. Oh, me legs. Yums, yum. How'd you feel? Do I feel alright? Here's a day, hope you're doing. Well, all I can say is a city of something, or a building of some kind. But you guys gotta guess. Well, Gary got these. Well, Gary picked up these not knowing what they were. And it was a bargain too. So what can make me feel this way? Better talk about matter. Yes, Smudgy, you know, you like they don't wanna. You made your first granny square. Ooh! Ooh, 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 nice.
Hey? What?
Pulls off the puzzle. She just likes staring in the camera.
You're proud of me. I crocheted my first granny square.
Yep. I know that very well.
I'll just be making triangles and call them fanny flannels. I'm looking forward to winter. I'm so looking forward to autumn and winter.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I know she steals stuff.
Mm-hmm. Swiper. No swiping, Smudgy.
No, I have learned I have no interest in doing anymore. Just wanted to see if I could.
There you go.
So you
But
get,
the thing is, you start to learn other, thanks to YouTube. That's where I've learned my crocheting. See, with Mum, she was a knitter, and she got everything for, you know, because they do these magazines where you have three things with it.
Playboy.
And and she wanted to learn how to crochet, so I accidentally came across crochet on YouTube, so that's how I started crocheting, and I thought, oh right, okay.
You're right, cat.
And then a year after that, I wanted to I wanted to learn how to knit. Because my mum, she tried teaching me, but I never got it because she was going so bleeding fast. I couldn't get it.
What would be funny is me trying Diamond Dart and watching me lose my temper and throw everything all over the house.
Yes. Don't let him do it. So I did knitting a year after. Because my dad found a load of knitting stuff that my mum had. That I still have.
La, 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 la. Just watched the second one on Saturday night.
Second what?
Second what?
The first one. The puzzle.
What are you on about?
What
are you on about? Second what?
Alright. Email.
I'm on my game. I'm on the game.
I'm on the game.
I'm playing fucking Watch Dogs 2. I'm having a bit of time out. It means I'm not logged into anything. Don't be sending me dinner shit.
That's perfect. Yeah, so I learnt crochet first and then...
Do you know what I wouldn't mind learning knitting. Could you teach me how to knit a jumper?
Why?
So I can knit a jumper.
You knit a jumper?
Huh.
I know what you're going to be doing, little bugger.
No, nothing about dinner shit.
Nothing about dinner shit.
I was going to get some ginger wool and make Nicole a nice sweater.
Smudge.
Come here.
What's the matter?
Let's go out. We'll let her out in a minute. I've got to go and run a bath. I've got dentist tomorrow. I need a bath anyway. Soak my fucking leg. It's killing.
So you bought one and not used it yet?
I bought one to do months ago. Put it in my closet. We got loads of them sat here.
Yeah.
But we're building them up, aren't we, for winter for you?
Yeah.
So every time we see them. We've not been in the charity shop, have we? The
No.
animal charity.
Not this week. Not lately, anyway.
Need to get back into doing them. It's relaxing. I find point in relaxing. You just sat there on your own, just cementing in big cracks, you know, filling cracks. That's what I've been doing all for the past few days, filling nice big cracks. I enjoyed it.
You do know that sounds so wrong.
Yeah, where I've got to get under the lavender, it's on the right hand side, so it's not too bad. I've just got to get in there, get the joint cleaned out, and get that bit done. So, I got under the lavender, you know. There's like 100 bees above my head, and they didn't harm me in any way. Just completely ignored me. They were too busy collecting pollen. Pollen. Hiya, kitty. How you doing? Hello. Oh dear. Yeah. Never tried that. Diamond dart. I just don't know the time. It's fucking... Maybe one day I'll give it a go. Maybe. No. Oh dear. I'm stuck a bit on for you. Hello, kitty cat. I'll get me butt up to being human all price timber up. We need 4 8x4 sheets of MDF 12mm to build these new desks. And a load of 2x2 timber. La 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 la. Do, do, do. No. What's in that? I don't know what. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I need to sort a lot of stuff out anyway. I've got to put a big order in with AliExpress. You've got to help me with that order. Because it's like over 100 quid. Okay? In August. I've got to fucking sort that out. All that stuff needs ordering and shipping. Gotta get stuff in. I didn't cook your balls too long last night, did I? Were they nice and juicy still?
Gary!
What? I'm just asking about your chicken balls.
They were fine. They were nice.
Okay. Just checking.
I knew you was gonna say something like that. Yes, I knew he was going to say something like that.
Oh my god, it's nearly 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, it's 20 to 9.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the time, sorry.
Bath and everything yet.
I didn't realise the time.
Got to get a bath, shave, and all that shit.
Right, on that note. There we go. There's one. Last bit.
Yay.
Not leave it to Gary. No, 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 no.
Leave what to me?
This.
Oh, fuck that. I haven't got time. I haven't got the time.
Right, I will see you guys later on. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Lots of love. Bye bye, everybody. Bye.